Coming up in this episode of the KickCast, magnetic pipes take the electronic kit to the next level. Pillows that can be customized just for you and feel your way around town. So sit back and relax. It's time for the KickCast. Hey everybody, it is time for another episode of the KickCast, the podcast where we go out and find projects and let you know if you should backtrack or sack them. I am one half of the show, Ktdata, and joining me is a man that he could not just settle seeing one of the best graduation speeches in this graduation cycle or season.
Right. Season, right?
On there. No. Well, that's until you go and give a graduation speech.
Someday.
But no. He took it one step higher. Not only was he there to see it, but he helped share it with the world. The one and only Drew Tyler. How you doing, man?
Thank you. The crowd's going wild. Thank you. Yes. If you watched the Sheryl Sandberg speech, that was awesome from UC Berkeley last week ago Saturday, or if you've seen it floating around your Facebook feed, I hit the button that made it go.
I'm always impressed because then it gives me the ability to go, hey, I know the guy that's behind all this. Yeah, it's awesome. Like I know that guy, and I know the guy who created the thing that made it go too.
Yes, right. So without Randall and I was kind of because great. We were on the phone just because I was on location and he was watching the back end. But it was really cool that I hit the button to go live to one Facebook page, and on the back end in his code, he basically hacked the mainframe and was like, okay, take that stream and push it out to this page as well. So he was able to get
multicasting it out. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
It came from me with one signal, and he pushed it other ways. Anyway, some pretty cool people.
I was that cool? But I gotta ask you. So was I right about the amount of cable in your back?
We were pretty close. So for those of you playing at home, I flew out there with just a bag of carry-on to Berkeley, and in it I got an X-ray shot of my bag that had all kinds of XLR cable, SDI cable, and these two Blackmagic giant rack mount devices. And KT was the first one to be like, "Hey, are those Studio 4Ks in your bag? Why do you have two?" And then I said, "All right, you nerd, how many feet of cable do you think I have in there?" And you were pretty close. I think one of them you called 100, and I think it was probably closer to 70 or 60 or 70.
Oh,
but I did have a lot of cable because I didn't know what I was going to have to run.
Yeah, I'm just saying that looks about 150.
It's pretty totally made me laugh.
Yeah. All right, so now all the back end production geekery has been thrown on there. If this is your first time watching the podcast, yes, we do tend to get nerdy on the production stuff, but we also do geek out on the Kickstarter side.
Oh, too. I cannot wait to share with you one of our projects this week that I am stoked about. I'm totally geeking out on.
Yeah, but before we actually go into our projects themselves, we have some news. So this is actually pretty good news on there. So
that was my news music.
That's awesome on there. So first of all, IndieGoGo, they have actually announced a partnership with a engineering firm / company called Arrow. And what they are going to do now is that hardware-based projects can actually apply for this program that they have with Arrow, and if they're qualified, they get direct access to Arrow. And what Arrow is going to provide to them is design tools, prototyping services, manufacturing support, supply chain management, and most importantly, if the project creator isn't an engineer, actual engineers who have experience in making projects. And specifically, some Arrow has actually helped some previous crowdfunding projects create successful things too. So get
I'm looking at this and I'm wondering, who's winning here? Is Arrow hey, we're gonna get ourselves a whole lot more traffic and work because you end up partnering / paying for Arrow, or is this just have to qualify it and they're gonna pick a couple that are hey, we'll help you out?
So this I think it's a win-win for both of them. One, okay. IndieGoGo's trying to prove to the world, hey, this crowdfunding stuff, yeah, it may be risky, but we're putting our hands into it a little bit, be more invested in it. And Arrow is being like, hey, guess what? We have experience in the engineering experience and connections that you may need. So, hey, if you don't get through IndieGoGo, maybe you can come to us because part of the process too. And they're going to be pretty selective on what they do because both Arrow and IndieGoGo are going to look at your project and using their background and their knowledge of manufacturing and things. So they're not just going to accept it because it looks cool. they're actually going to they calculate the feasibility of your project, how much money you're trying to raise, and if it's actually
All important
doable.
things.
You know,
Yeah.
if it's just pie in the sky, they may say no. But if it's something they think, hey, we can make this work, it'd be a good partnership.
It has to be hardware projects.
Yes,
so
it's hardware.
tangibles, or is this like when we say hardware, we
so
talking
like ice makers and
Okay.
I think the solar roadways was this company
Okay.
that actually helped develop them too.
Okay.
On their
But not like the licky kitty cat brush,
no.
because that's not quite hardware.
Well,
That's soft.
probably. I mean, how hard
licky
is it to make a
They have to do
3D
injection
printer
molding
and make a mold out of it?
out of a licky brush. Have you seen this? Have you seen this thing that you can lick your cat? Some guy came up with a great project, and he was like, "I know, cat lovers want to lick their cats." I watched that project, and I was like, "No, they don't." Yeah, that's it. That's it. The
So
licky.
you put it in your mouth, and then there's like a tongue on that you can use to lick your
Giant,
cat.
like, what do you call that? Like prophylactic tongue, like a
Yeah.
long. What is that?
Like,
It's a long
like
rubber
I
tongue.
just,
Look at this guy.
I don't know what.
Oh, I don't even want to hold a cat, let alone lick it. Sorry, I just hijacked the news, but this is not the hardware we are talking about. Back to Arrow. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm just like, so I'm not a big fan of cats, and I really think cats would eat humans if they were bigger than us. They just tolerate us.
true.
So I think doing this just makes you look even more submissive to the cat. Just
Yeah,
saying.
right?
Just saying.
I will lick you. Do not hurt me, big giant cat. Anyway, back to Arrow. Different kind of hardware.
Yeah, so actually, like, why can't I think of different hardware right now? Like, different sensors, smart home thermostats and stuff, things like that.
Okay.
On there. So, like, I wanted to ask you, Drew. So this is kind of like the opposite of what what Kickstarter is doing, where they're like, "Hey, we're hands off," whereas it seems like IndieGoGo more and more is trying to get involved and have influences on the projects too. Do you think this is like a good idea or a bad idea, or is just IndieGoGo trying to be different?
Is IndieGoGo trying to like market share and say, well, if you want a little bit of help, if you want some consulting or mentoring, we'll provide those support services. Maybe that's what it is. So they're just looking for like, what are other crowdfunding sites not doing that we can do? And then part of me thinks, well, maybe they're just looking to be extra supportive of those creators, and people that have great ideas. And we've seen several in our sex of the week, right? Those kinds of things where we're like, man, if you would have just thought about this a little bit more, there'd be more success. Obviously, more success in projects means more success for IndieGoGo. So it could be that they're offering these things specifically because they want to see more successes.
Yeah. So I mean, so
I think they're differentiating.
Yeah. So if you're a project creator, try applying for that. I'm looking at this TechCrunch background. The company's Arrow Electronics is not just like a new company either. They've been around since 1935, so they have some experience and some pretty good connections.
A thing or two.
And then, all right. So for our second piece of news, and I've actually, this has never crossed my mind before, and it actually shocks me why Kickstarter doesn't have this. So Drew, you've created a couple crowdfunding projects.
I have
So
here and there.
So have you used your personal account, or have you made new accounts for each of them?
The ones that I've been a part of have been what, my dog's freaking out, like something's exciting going on.
He's like, I want the licky. Get the licky.
I would not lick my dog. Go find your way out. I have the projects that I've done. I've had teams on, and so everything that I've ever done, I have either done in a company's project or something, made their own. I did. You know what? I did do one. It didn't run. It was that documentary that we were going to run, but I used my own personal one because I had backed so many, and I changed my avatar, and I don't remember if I changed my name or not, but I did. I did convert my thing. I remember changing it, and it was a semi-permanent thing, I think. But I remember changing it for the documentary. I did change my name. How does this work now?
So okay, so I've never thought of this, and it never crossed my mind. But so if you have a team working on it, all of you are sharing one login.
Yes, that's how it would work. Yep.
Yeah, which from a security standpoint is a nightmare.
Yeah, I when we did the big one for White Clouds, I had the boss's login.
It just seems nuts. So Kickstarter, what they've finally announced is that starting on June 13th, so next month, you'll be able to assign roles to different people on your project. So you don't have to share one account. You can, say you want Drew and I, hypothetically, if somebody wanted to hire you and I to help with their crowdfunding project, what they could do instead of just giving us your username and password is assign us, and it would allow us to do things like help draft the story, help draft the rewards or the FAQs before you launch, or you're like, I'm a busy person trying to get this prototype going. It's like, Drew, you know how to run a social media account and get constant updates and stuff. They could assign you to post updates.
Oh, okay. So updates, answer comments. This makes things really helpful.
Yeah, that and I like this other one is, say you're done and you're like, okay, we're gonna hire a third party guy who's good at logistics and shipping stuff out. You can assign him those roles so he can do the surveys and stuff, but he can't go like post updates or things like that.
Oh, yes, this is beautiful. This is I'm surprised it took this long, but this is a great ad. It's a great ad.
Yeah, I've never thought about it, and I'm like, that's really interesting that it's taken them this long to do that. And so you may, for all you paranoid people, Kickstarter has to update their privacy policy for this to allow to assign roles and stuff. So if you see a change in that it's for that.
I did get that alert today. I logged in and it was like, just so you know, in about 2 weeks, if you keep using this, in 2 weeks, you agree to our new terms. That's cool.
So those are kind of the news, and hopefully it's really project creator based news. So hopefully these new tools and these resources may be helpful to you. So before we jump into our big projects of the night, we of course have our Twitter length shout outs. 2 quick ones. Pebble 2 and Pebble 2 Time are now out. They're raising boatloads of money like they usually do. So if you want a new Pebble, check them out on Kickstarter. And the other one is a project I backed. I just got it today. I haven't even opened it. Go check out SwitchMate. These are Bluetooth switches that you put on top of your switches. So I think we actually covered this on the show before.
Yeah, I think we did.
There's magnets on them. You throw them onto your faceplate, and then they can turn on off your lights via your phone, or you can program it and turn off and on. So no screws, no nothing. You just snap them on the faceplate. You're good to go. I just got my 3, so maybe I'll do a KickCast rewind on them once I get them installed and stuff.
We'll have to see them. I'll do two more quick shout outs from my end. I've been loving my brick book that you and I both backed. My brick book. Oh, I wish I had it with me. I showed it to you a couple weeks ago, right? So amazing. I can't get anything done. If I pull that thing open in a fizz or a coffee shop, people will stop even with full headphones on. They'll be like, that is so cool. What is that? Anyway, yeah. So that one's awesome. And then remember I was in Berkeley, right? I went out and flew out there. The guy that I stayed with to save the company a bit of money, I just kind of crashed at a friend of a friend's house. It was Austin Allred, one of the creators of the secret sauce campaign that we had on 2 weeks ago. Can you believe that?
I'm telling you, dude, the degrees of Drew, they remain true. Like, I'm just like Kevin Bacon who? It's all about Drew.
So I showed up. It was late at night, and I was like, "Hey guys, thanks." They gave me a room, and we had a little chit chat, and then I went to go to sleep because I had to get up early. And it dawned on me when I put a handful of things, because I didn't know a full name. I just knew the first name, and then I checked Wi-Fi. It was like, "Hey, if you need Wi-Fi, here it is." And I put the two together. I was like, "Wait a minute, are you?" Anyway, it just blew me away. I was just like, wow, that's awesome. Cool dude. So if you haven't yet back to Secret Sauce, going back to Secret Sauce, he knows his stuff.
And so now you know they're legit. All right.
Yeah.
So for our first project of the night, this is a great one because it touches the science nerd in me and stuff. So when you were a little kid, Drew, did you ever have those electronic kits?
Is this like the one I had one called like 50 in 1, 200 in 1, and I just connect wires?
Yeah, you connect wires and stuff
to the springs. Yeah, I love those.
So those are great, but the problem is you got to be a little bit older to run those, right? Because you give it to a little kid, they'll start chewing on the copper or something, which you might not want. So our first project is called the Eel X Pipe, and it is a circuit building kit, but you can actually build it in 3D too. So how this thing works is it actually has your different electronic components in plexiglass tubes, and the tubes are in different shapes. So there's I think one that's like a 4-sided one and a one. And what happens is at the ends are magnets, so that creates the circuit when you put the magnets together on each end, and you can create full circuits, and they don't have to be flat circuits because those kits that we had way back when were kind of flat, right? So these you can actually build crazy structures with them. They have different kinds of things that you can put on them. Let's see if I can find the example of the sensors and stuff they have. So yeah, they have like a hexagon LED pipes, metal detectors, batteries, and it's kind of like Lego circuits,
Right.
on there. But you actually can learn stuff because it comes with. So these are kind of all the pieces too. You can even have like flexible wires, which I think makes it even look cooler on there. But it also has a phone app that goes with it on there, and the phone app has like different puzzles that you can solve. So you build that half of the circuit, and then you can see in this one, it's like, okay, what do you put in this question mark empty area to actually make the circuit complete and have it run the way it's supposed to? So you can build games and stuff like that. And you can also control some of these other pieces, because like some of these pieces have like LED lights and stuff like that, where you can actually change the colors. But like, listen to some of these components they have. So they have your normal LEDs, they have running light LEDs, they have your traditional light bulbs, your RGB lights that can kind of change, your gel LEDs. Has a battery. You can have a key switch in it, a toggle switch, micro switches, infrared detector, metal detector, current flow markers, voltmeters, counters. And it comes on this little cool table too. So you don't have to just connect the pipes together. If you say you want to have one on one end of your creation and something on your other, you can put it on the surface where it creates a complete circuit if you connect the diodes to the right parts. I mean, like, yeah, they have step-up converters, capacitors, a photo transistor, photoresistors, a potentiometer, resistors. You can even have programmable logic and stuff like that. So you can actually literally program these as your mini gates, your mini logic gates and stuff, which you learn a lot from putting these things together. And I mean, I just love this idea.
There's so many components and pieces and things. And oh wow. Yeah, no, this is a fun way to learn the electronic side of things, resistors and all. This is great.
Yeah, I mean, because learning how to run a circuit, sure, you may not build circuits for life, but knowing how all that stuff works is so helpful in life. I mean, this is how programming started, because from programming, your ands, your ors and stuff, you can build a circuit version of it. And that's how they actually, went from hardware to code, was they wanted to make a software analog of the hardware stuff. So, I mean, I love it. You can use your hands and stuff. And I love that you can give it to smaller kids and not worry about them like accidentally shocking themselves or something like that.
Right. It doesn't look like they're going to get hurt, or it's all puzzle pieces. Man. And they have some huge packs that go clear up to their ultimate pack, 80 parts and pieces.
Oh,
that would just be fun.
It's so great, and it's such a. I think it'd be a fun way, because kids were like, "Oh, they just stick together," and you're like, "Oh yeah, you can make it glow." So figure out how to make it glow and stuff like that. And I just love the whole idea of it. And magnets. Sure.
And magnets, yeah, make it sexy. Yeah, I love that. That's fantastic. So it looks like they've been prototyping and working on this since almost 2014, with the campaign running now, and they hope to start shipping by end of the year. So and if they didn't have this, like, a lot of projects, they get you with that, like, hey, it's coming soon, so then you jump on. But it looks like they have had their prototype and other things working for over a year, and 2 years ago was when they started the researching and stuff. So they might actually be able to pull this off.
Yeah, and they're not using like super crazy things, because it's just plexiglass. That's the containers on them, and magnets. So those are easily findable or sourceable.
Right, source that out. Yeah, good.
Yeah, until we run out and Elon Musk goes mines an asteroid or something. It's crazy. So is this a backtrack or sack for you?
This is a back for me. This is a brilliant idea. There's some great levels that you can do. There's some fun projects. I could totally see this working so well for a science class, or a breakout kit for a science class, or for just after school projects. This is just a fun, albeit you get 80 pieces, a little bit expensive, but a fun way to do this. Now, this is unique. Did you see that they had a $5 level for the message in a bottle? So at $5, you can leave a short message for a pack owner. There's a code kind of assigned to your memo that's engraved on a random connector piece, and if the owner uses the code on their website,
oh, that's cool,
he gets your message. And with your permission, there's an opportunity for the two of you to contact each other. So basically, you could throw $5 at the project and still be able to catch up with somebody that actually gets your piece.
That is such a cool idea, because think about it. like if I was a little kid and I was like, or if I backed this and did that, and just imagine getting in touch with like some kid who's just like barely learning, and it's like, oh, I love this. I mean, I'd love, that's, you get this fulfillment at the end of every semester. I don't, because yeah.
It's good. This is good though. Yeah, that's exactly what it would be. So back for me, totally a back.
Yeah, and this is totally back for me, and I think it's great because then you don't, like I said, it's great to get smaller kids involved earlier because you don't have to worry about soldering stuff either. Because
right,
yeah, and I'm a terrible solderer anyway, so I like this. All right, so for our second project of the night, I thought this project might talk true to your heart, especially with your travelings and stuff.
Right. Well, and just my old man face, my old man back. So tonight's second project is the world's first customizable adjustable pillow system. Now, I've had adjustable pillows, but it's adjustable because you can like punch it together, roll it, flatten it. Like that's adjustable. This is the Taylor Rest pillow, which is a pillow that's unique to you. Patent pending, they have this idea. But what's unique is not just, and again, it's like, oh yeah, sure, I get a pillow. I stuff something. I've seen infomercials with like stuffable pillows. It's like, you just stuff it with what you want. Here's what they've done with Taylor Rest. They've got a special pillowcase that has 6 compartments in it. And that 6-chamber pillowcase will hold 6 different inserts. And you get to choose what your fill material is for those inserts. So you can have some half down, half feather, some memory foam. Like you have options for a Snow White goose down. That you get to choose which one goes where. They're interchangeable. So if you want to have a little bit more neck support, you put a stiffer one down in the bottom section. If you want to have something that's straight flat across all 6, you just fill them with 50-50 all the way across. You want something that rakes up. Like I like to sleep a little bit more this way to keep my head up. I have these horrible sinuses. I just let them, rather than drain down my throat all night, I just prop my head up. I'll fold that pillow in half. I don't have to with this. I just put thicker fillers on one end of the pillow because I've got 6 chambers that sit on top of each other. So this is a fun, I don't know what to say. Like it's a fun new idea. This is I don't know why somebody hasn't done this, because everybody's kind of like, well, you either get soft or you get hard or you get medium. Like right now, my wife and I have different ones. She has a medium firm and I have a firm. But with this, you get exactly what you want. You want a little bit of memory foam on one side, and you want it to be floppy on the other side. You could build that. So this is the Taylor Rest pillow. I dig it. This is a back for me because it's unique. It's a kind of a, I don't know. Nobody really messes with the pillow. It's like you put a bunch of stuffing in there and you throw a sack on it. The end. These guys are going brave.
Yeah, I love it because they also say that you can change it because, like, sitting on a couch and stuff, you obviously don't want the same consistency on your back as when you're normally sleeping. And the one that intrigues me the most is this memory foam with cooling gel. I'm like, ooh, fancy.
Yes, right.
On there, and,
good.
Yeah, and I love the compartments because, say, I know some people don't like having a thick pillow. You could only just fill the bottom 3 and
get half really skinny pillow.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, the beautiful thing of their tiers is that when you back, even the early bird or the other tiers, you get 9 inserts. So there's 6 slots in the pillowcase, but you get 9 inserts. So you could pick, I want these 3, I want those 3, I want those 3, and then you have the ability to shuffle.
Wow, I didn't even notice they gave 9. I thought you just got the 6, but now that you mention it, I mean,
it's great. You mix them up.
Yeah, it's kind of expensive for a pillow, but I think it's worth it just because of your flexibility of it.
Exactly, because you'd never need another pillow after this. You'd have the different pillows that you would need for whatever time of year or whatever you're feeling or wherever you were sitting. Just switch it out.
Yeah, I mean that's great. So.
It will. They anticipate retail to be almost 150 for a lifelong pillow. I would love, and I don't know that they do this, or maybe they will, obviously after the Kickstarter, but just like a mattress. It's a lot of money. I would like to run 90 days. Give me a 90 days money back test on this. But for the Kickstarter, I want to see this project happen, so it's a back for me.
Yeah, it's a back for me too, because I always hate it because like the pillow I have right now, it took a couple years to just get it right.
Get it just right.
There. But then when you go to like a hotel or something, it's like there's like no pillow there. You're just sleeping flat on the bed.
They have the pancake pillows.
Yeah.
Special room for you, sir.
So like I love this because think about it. You could technically actually pack your pillow because those 9 compartments you could shift around in your suitcase.
You can move that around just about anywhere.
Oh, I could just like take one with me for on the airplane. You know, as like a
little,
neck rest.
Little wraparound neck pillow right
Yeah.
there. I'd pack all of my Studio 5K and everything. I would just use all the inserts to pad everything instead of my t-shirts and underwear.
I just love that. That's your suitcase is just like broadcasting equipment and pillow inserts.
Yeah, that would be my life. Yep, that's totally a bag for me.
All right, so that is the Taylor Rest pillow. So our last project, and keep in mind, you guys voted for this last project. So Drew, how good are you with directions?
I'm not too shabby. I won't ask for them, but if I have them, I'm not too shabby.
Like, are you usually the guy who has the phone out or the map out and just kind of walking around like that?
Yes,
especially in places where like, it's pretty much screaming out tourist, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I put it on my dashboard, and I always have the Waze running all the time. If I'm walking somewhere, when I tried to find an Uber in Berkeley, I sat with my phone and I went like this 100 times trying to figure out which way I was facing. But I'm the tourist geek.
Yeah, so this may actually help solve your problem on there. It is called the Feel Space, and it's I love their tagline: "Follow your gut feeling."
What in the world
So
is this?
what it is a belt that you put around your waist, and it pairs to your phone with Bluetooth on there. And on your phone, you set your destination, and as you're walking or riding your bike or moving around in your car, it will vibrate in the direction that you need to go.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am serious. So you since the belt's around you, you have 360 degrees, so it'll vibrate in the direction you need to walk.
So
towards.
so like over here on my appendix, it'll be like, grrr,
Yeah.
and I just
Yeah, so
Really?
they're like tactile navigation. So the ways they've kind of marketed it is, say you're riding a bike or something, so you can't be looking down at your phone
Right.
all the time, and you can wear it, or if you're a tourist, you can wear it under your clothes so you don't look like you're a tourist and get robbed.
Sure. But you could still get totally like you set it up, walk outside of your hotel, and as you're walking, just get this like, and know that you got to go to the right, left, right.
Yeah.
This is an interesting.
It gives you like a turn by turn direction, or say you're not looking or paying attention, you're walking and talking to someone, it can just buzz you so you can just automatically shift without looking at your phone and stuff like that. Yeah, and you can feel north. If you want
to feel north. I love it. It sounds right.
If you want to use it as a compass on there, and it should last at least for one day on that the way
full battery like run.
Yeah, on a full battery on there. So
Well, my watch will do this. So if I drive with my maps or whatever, and I'm going one place, I get a buzz on my watch that's just kind of like alert, time to turn here, time to turn. But I still have to look down and be like, was that left or was that right? Where am I going? This is a really unique way to kind of put the phone away and just let something like buzz me.
Oh, I just imagined we get you one of these. You take Peach on a vacation to a place where neither you've been, and you just be like, oh, we need to go here, and like enter into the app so she doesn't see. Just make it look like you're just looking up the address. Like, I got this, and just
impress her.
Yeah, impress her, saying like, yeah, see.
I could use this next week. Guess what? It's our 15th anniversary next week. I have to say this quiet because she's upstairs. 15th anniversary, and I booked us flights to New York and tickets to Wicked.
Awesome.
I know, right? I know. I'm amazing. I'm the best husband ever. But yes, I could totally use this to get around New York City.
She doesn't watch the show, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
Sure. So yeah,
she'll never know.
Yeah. So if any of you guys know where we can nominate Drew for Best Husband of the Year, or
yes, please put that out there. I'm pretty excited about it. But I love this feel space. This is freaky weird, but what a great use of that of tactile like direction. Wow. Yeah. Who thought of this?
Yeah, it's an interesting idea to say the least. So for me,
follow your gut.
It's a track.
Because you don't have $900.
Yeah, that's one thing.
Okay.
I mean, I won't lie. I'm cheap. I'll be the guy walking around like this and risk getting robbed. many places, and on there. So that is the feel space. All right, now it is time for our sack of the week.
Oh, this ought to be good.
And Drew, you were so enthusiastic about this, so why don't you?
We did have a couple to choose from this week. There were some nutty ones. I wanted to do the licky, but it's actually funding. Like, it's on its way to funding. So I couldn't, in good faith, be like, hey, our sack of the week is an actual project that people want, even though I don't get it. So the one that we chose is a decent sack.
I just okay. Yeah, it is.
Yep, there it is.
Called the Starjack, and it is the first articulating remote control wheel.
It's just to look at it, you're like, WTF? What is this thing? It looks weird. It looks strange, but let me explain it, because I think there's potential here. I just think that the project's probably not getting that potential. The Starjack, essentially, Elridge Gums III had this idea that he wanted to have some sweet, tricked out wheels, and who doesn't, right?
They're called
on his
rims,
ride.
Drew. They're called rims.
Sorry, rims. Wheels are different. He wanted sweet rims on his ride, and so when he had an extra couple of seconds, he took this I don't know what you call. What is he calling those things? Those spokes?
Spokes or something.
So he took these spokes and he put an articulation like power punch on there. I don't know if you can roll that video, but basically that spike, it looks like a pyramid that comes off the side of your wheel, and when you trigger it via Bluetooth on your phone in the car, it will extend those spikes like Mad Max style. It will extend the spikes out another 3 or 4 inches. You've got, if you're listening to this, you've got to go watch our show notes and watch the show, because he's in the middle of the rims and he's firing off the actuator, which is like extending this Mad Max style like chariot. It's like a chariot wheel. You know how they used to
like in Ben-Hur?
Yeah, like Ben-Hur, where like you get these blades spinning and then you cut up the other guy's chariot wheels. He's put this on his rims, and he's got an app to go with it. So here's the thing. I'm getting all excited. I'm like, this is our sack. It's the best sack of the week. I love it because it's brilliant. It's one of those, like, yeah, you can Bluetooth the LED lights and get your hydraulics to get your ride all sexy. The Starjack is dang cool. Here's where I think it got sacked. Unfortunately, it came to Kickstarter too soon. I mean, that's evidenced by the fact that he's about a week into his campaign. He's raised $85 with 8 backers, and you get I don't think you get an actual Starjack.
You can get a hat
for $5,000. A set of 20-inch special edition Starjack wheels, $5,000. You get 25% off a set of wheels if you pledge 1,000. Okay, now I'm not a car guy. I'm driving a 99 Corolla. I have no tweakings and no craziness on my car. It's horrible.
We can pimp your car out with these.
That's what I'm saying. Like, for $5,000, I'd get a new car, but that's what he's looking for. But I feel like he came here to the Kickstarter just a little prematurely, because in the video, he's got a prototype, yes. And it's a great looking prototype. It's cool. I think that he could have sold this if he had 2 prototypes and he had them on a car. You don't even have to have like 4. You only see 2 at a time in a video. So if he rolled
just
up,
roll up on a classic caddy.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Oh. Hydraulics, pop it, and then you step out of the car and you're like, hey, sweet ride, right? Check this out. And then you cut in tight and you watch those wheels like spokes, boom, they grow and shrink, and he's doing it with his phone. That's the selling point. That's the money shot. Like, what I feel like he's got in here right now is kind of like, hey guys, I got this idea and it kind of works. And I think if he would have made a second one of these, and maybe he still is, maybe he's going that way, then you'd roll up and make that sexy video happen, and then you create a desire in people. Then by the time they get down to that tier where they're like, holy crap, this is $5,000? Yeah, but it looks so good. Then they'll jump on it. So that and it's apparent here that he hasn't done what you and I talk about all the time, which is get your audience or get your niche, right? Get your people together. Get that engine revving before you go. There are wheel lovers out there. There are rim lovers out there. There are so many places that you could be sharing this on Reddits and Facebook groups and listservs, and like there are places out there where people go to get their rims. If somebody that was, again, big into that scene saw this, had the money to drop, they'd be like, yep, I'll be the only one with one of those. So I think it's just a little premature, but I love the idea, honestly do.
Yeah, I'd love if you had actually put some more pictures, like still pictures down here too.
Yeah,
where
yep.
you don't quite see anything down there, where I think that would help, because I mean, I know a couple car enthusiasts. I don't understand why you want to drop your car inches like above the ground.
I've got a hydraulics. Look at this. So, like, here's the other thing that he did right. Listen to this verbiage. This guy is a writer. Like, he should stop playing with the wheels and the rims and just write. Listen to this. I know it's a big, massive text, but I'm going to pull out the good points. He's basically talking about how we all have the same feeling when we go to drop off our car, and the technician, he knows what you wanted. They ask for your keys. They request that you wait in the waiting area while they remove your factory wheels and put on your new ones. It's almost like waiting for a loved one to come out of facial plastic surgery in one piece, not knowing what they're going to look like once they're released. StarJack gives customer hands-on experience on another level. Anyway, the writing is gold. This is it. So, sack of the week, but it's my back of the week. Grab it.
Yeah, watch. I swear, one of these days, I'm just gonna go visit you, and you're just gonna have like a tricked out car with these just running on them, and just be like, "You want to race, bro?"
Yeah. This is sweet. Honestly, if somebody was tricking out their car, nobody has that. Nobody has wheels that. Well, Mad Max wheels. Love it. You call it the sack of the week, but I still love the StarJack. StarJack for life. Yeah.
And sadly, that is actually the end of our episode. So if you guys have any suggestions for sacks of the weeks, projects you want us to feature, kick shouts, or news items, send them our way, kickcast at ktdata.net, or on our Facebook page, facebook.com/kickcast. Or you can tweet us at Night20 for Drew over there, at ktdata for myself, or at kickcast for the show. Of course, we always love it when you guys watch live. And apparently, I didn't know you were also a rapper, Drew.
Yeah.
On there. So that's what the chat room's saying. So make sure you guys go to live.kickcast.net. I should eventually fix that link on there. But if you want to see the StarJack or any of our other projects, head on over to kickcast.net, look in the show notes, and you can find them all there. And our next show, whoa, it's already June. June 7th, 2016, not 2015, as I wrote in the notes.
Time shift.
On there, we're really that forward thinking if we're doing stuff like that. So, Drew, you got anything to plug before we go?
Only thing I'll plug is that this week is the 100th episode of Little Big Cast. I cannot believe that the time has come, because for a long time we were just kind of chasing the KickCast with episodes, because we started obviously after, but we go weekly. I cannot believe that we have made 100 episodes, and so one of these days, whenever we decide to record that 100th, we're going to do a longer live stream and have some fun. So if you didn't catch it live, come find our Little Big Cast and catch that 100th episode celebration.
All right.
Dang cool.
All right, guys. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Night.